Shalom, shalom. I want to give all praises, glory, and honor to Yahweh Bashim Yahushai, by Shirin Kakwadash. Double honors to our elders and apostles of great millstone that taught us his truth. Peace, love, and salutations to the hopeful like Akim, teaching and preaching his truth with all righteousness and sincerity. This is Ak Wasap. Today's lesson is entitled, Tremble, ye women that are at ease. And shalom to the beloved brother Yawanathan that's tuning in. Shalom. So tremble, you women that are at ease, and Lord willing, you be edified through the spirit and power of Yahweh Bashim Yahushai, the true names of the Heavenly Father and his only begotten Son. And as always, the sit-downs, the lessons, the street speaking is for the remnant, the elect, the Israel of the Most High to use the gospel preached. So today we'll be going into this article that was posted by CBS 2 News, which the title is Black Women, the nigger women, hit hard by crime in Chicago. All right. Hit hard by crime in Chicago. And we're going to get into this. And once again, Lord willing, be edifying. All right. The hedge of protection is being snatched away from these women. All right. As Esau getting exposed, was Esau as a so-called white man, as he is getting exposed and being revealed to be the devil that the Bible speaks of, his counterpart is being revealed too. And judgment is going out. So we're going to play a little bit of this, pull some precepts, and Lord willing, be edifying.
In Chicago, the goal to make the city safer for everyone, but especially for those impacted by crime the most. CBS 2 investigator Dorothy Tucker spotlights a troubling pattern that's been ignored for years. She joins us now.
Well, Dana, our investigation
that's been ignored for years, and I got Isaiah 32 pulled up. Let me actually start with a couple of precepts just to put the vibration of prophecy out there. Isaiah 32:9, rise up, ye women that are at ease. Hear my voice, ye careless daughters, give ear to my speech. The voice of the Lord is the prophets. The eyes of the Lord are the angels. And the angels go to and fro in the earth, beholding the good and the evil, right? And as they get in the data, as they're collecting the data from earth in regards to righteousness and wickedness, they go before the presence of the Lord, bring the report, and the Lord sends judgments out. Proverbs 15:3, the eyes of Yahweh are in every place, beholding evil and the good. Okay, they seeing everything. And once again, as they go and do the bidding in the earth, because the Lord controls everything in the earth by way of the angels, they go back and they report the matter. This is Ezekiel 9 and 10. Start at 9 to build up the vibration. Then said he unto me, the iniquity of the house of Israel and Judah is exceeding great. When you read in 2 Esdras 15, it says, wickedness have exceedingly polluted the whole earth, which all nations is putting a vibration of wickedness out. But it starts off with Jake. Jake influence, guys, a heavy influence in the earth. It says, and the land is filled with blood, murder, the city full of perverseness. Shit is ass backwards. For they say, Yahweh hath forsaken the earth. Yahweh seeth not. And that's that unbelief and discredulity. They don't think the Lord is doing anything. They just out here doing their own thing. And the Lord ain't doing nothing. And as for me also, my eyes shall not spare. So since y'all not sparing your wickedness and your evil, well, the Lord eye isn't going to spare the angels. When you read in this chapter, the Lord told these destroying angels that, look, spare none, old and young, both maids, little children, and women. My eyes shall not spare, neither will I have pity, but I will recompense their own way upon their head. So that what a man soweth is that what he shall reap. Whatever you put out there, that's what you're going to get back. So these people have sown wickedness, they're going to get wickedness. And women is not excluded from that. But here's the point, verse 9. And behold, the man clothed with linen, which had the inkhorn by his side, reported the matter, saying, I have done as thou hast commanded me. So the Lord give the angels tasks and duties and certain objectives to do in the earth. They go and fulfill them, and then they come back and they report the matter, saying, I have done as thou hast commanded me. So here in Isaiah 32:9, rise up, ye women that are at ease, hear my voice. You're supposed to be hearing the prophets. Ye careless daughters, give ear unto my speech. You're supposed to be hearing what we coming out with, which is the spirit, which is the prophecies, the testimony of Yahushua, which is the spirit of truth. I mean, the testimony of Yahushua, which is the spirit of prophecy. All right, because you women have been at ease with all these government assistance programs and all these different things that enables women to have comfort. You know, low income housing, childcare, uh, EBT, WIC, certain programs where you can go get your nursing degree and certificate and all these other different things. And then you have social media where you have bands of men at your disposal that's willing to pay this bill, that bill, so on and so forth. But the shit is changing up. Now, let's get back into this little quick video and then we're going to pull some more precepts, but I just want to put the vibration out there.
For the first time reveals the truth about who criminals are really targeting. We analyzed a lot of data, poured over pages of crime reports, and in the end, we discovered the one group that bears the brunt of crime in Chicago looks like me.
Good.
We begin tonight with breaking news. Reports of multiple people shot on the city's west side.
It's all we think about.
Multiple suspects walked up to the victim demanding his car.
Our biggest fear.
Breaking tonight, 14.
And they try to play the somber music so you can feel sad and all that, not knowing that these women is cold. All right, let's see what Solomon said about these women. See those little sad songs, the slow singing and all that you play in the background, that doesn't have an enchantment on the men of the Lord. That doesn't hit us, okay? Because we've been given knowledge, wisdom, and understanding in regards to how women is. All right. This is Ecclesiastes 7:26. I find more bitter than death the woman whose hearts is snares and nets and hands as bands. These women, they play games, they finesse you, they tell you shit that you want to hear to get you all wrapped up, and then they do the bait switch. Women have been doing this, you know, for a long time. Look at Samson. Here it is. Samson had this incredible power that the Lord gave him by way of the vow that he had. All right. And Delilah wanted to figure it out. And there was people working on the mind of Delilah. Hey, you got to figure out how Samson got this power. How is he destroying us? And, you know, you already know it was gifts and all that stuff involved. So what she do? She used her feminine wiles. She seduced him and all that, and, you know, got him to give up the secret. And when she found out the secret, that, you know, he had a vow with the Lord, and the vow was that he shouldn't eat any blood of the grapes, wine, and he, you know, to grow his hair. He should be a Nazarite. You know, once that was revealed to her, what did she do with that information? She told his worst enemies, you know, his biggest enemies. So women have a history of being deceptive. They full of snares and nets, traps, games, psychological games. In their hands as bands, they want to trap you up. Whoso pleases the Most High shall escape from her. If you doing the work, if you serving Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua, you pleasing the Heavenly Father through His Son, you're going to get out of those situations. The Lord is going to enable a way for you to get out of that. But the sinner, an evil, wicked nigga, shall be taken by her. All right? The Lord had let that woman have a mastery over you. And you'll be under subjection under this woman. You understand? So when we see reports and case studies on crime in certain areas, and we hearing how the so-called black woman is the prime target that's going on, it's because of the shit that she's been doing. Don't think these women is just women who has done absolutely nothing. They're just completely innocent, and just evil has been brought upon them. Nah. That's not how the Lord worked. You go to Zephaniah, the 3rd chapter. It says this. Um, Let me see. Zephaniah 3 and 5. The just Yahweh is in the midst thereof, just meaning righteous. He will not do iniquity. Every morning doth he bring his judgment to light. He faileth not, but the unjust knoweth no shame. So when the Lord brings judgment, when the righteous Lord brings judgment, um, he's not doing it to so-called innocent people. You know, oh, this person done nothing wrong now. One may say, well, what about children? Well, the Bible speaks about reincarnation. No, you won't find the word reincarnation, but reincarnation is biblical. So when you die, you know, your spirit, because death is the separation from the spirit. The death is the separation of the spirit from the body. So when you die, that's what happens. Your spirit is snatched out of the body. Your spirit goes before the Lord, receive the judgment, and then during the space of 3 to 4 generations, you come back on the earth to work out the judgment written, to play out the judgment written. And we've done various lessons on reincarnation. But, you know, when children and small children get put to death, it's something that they've done. All right. It's something that they've done. And the Lord is, you know, powerful. The Lord can judge you, judge a child for something you did. We got examples of that with David. When David committed adultery with Bathsheba, when David committed adultery against Uriah the Hittite by laying with Bathsheba, they brought forth a child. I want to say the child name was Jedediah, and the child died. So the Lord can, you know, here it is, you being adulterous, and then you bringing forth children out of a sinful bed. The Lord will get the child. And it's a precept real quick in Wisdom of Solomon, the 3rd chapter, just to answer why children get judged. All right. It could be something that child has done from their past life, or the child could have came out of a sinful bed or a bed of adultery. This is Wisdom of Solomon 3 and 16. As for the children of adulterers, they shall not come to their perfection, and the seed of an unrighteous bed shall be rooted out. You know, you hear stories about little children getting a stray bullet hitting a child in the crib upstairs, car accident, and everybody survived except the little baby. You know, these be judgments that go out. You know, let me see. It's another one. Try to find it real quick. It's in the Apocrypha. Hold tight. Um, 23, 23rd verse. Ecclesiastes 23. Let me see, 19. 18. A man that breaketh wedlock commits adultery, saying thus in his heart, saying this in his mind, he reasoning within himself, who seeth me? Who know what I'm doing? Can't nobody see me. I am compassed about with darkness. The walls cover me. Think he in the house, he protected. And nobody seeth me. What need I to fear? What I gotta fear? The Most High will not remember my sins. He's not a believer. He's an unbeliever. He's ungodly. Such a man only feareth the eyes of men, and knoweth not that the eyes of the Lord are 10 times brighter than the sun, like we went into in Proverbs 15. The eyes of the Lord are angels. Proverbs 15:3. The eyes of the Lord are in every place, beholding good and evil. So nothing is hidden to the angels. The angels, the eyes of the Lord are 10 times brighter than the sun. They see everything. Ain't no darkness. Ain't nothing hidden. Right? Uh and knoweth not that the eyes of the Lord are 10 times brighter than the sun, extremely bright, beholding all the ways of man and consider the most secret parts. The secret parts is the things that's in your mind. And he knoweth all things ever they were created. Why? Because the Lord created everything, and man's goings of the Lord. The Lord knows everything because he puts the spirits out on people to do the shit. That's how the Lord knows all things, because he puts spirits on people. Scriptures speak about the Father of spirits. All right. He know all things ever they were created. So also after they were perfected, he looked upon them. And after he made everything, he checked out his creations. This man shall be punished in the streets of the city, adulterous men. Getting gunned down, shot by the police. These jakes that get shot and killed by the police, when you examine their background, these niggas be wild. They be adulterous niggas. They be whoremongers, which is a pimp. They be selling drugs, all kind of wild shit. They be punished in the streets of the city, and where he suspected not, he shall be taken. We done saw videos of Jake being in the Wendy's parking lot, eating his food, and the police roll up on him, and the police get him. Here it is, he eating a sandwich in the parking lot. He not even suspecting that shit. His expiration date then came up. The sword then pulled up. It says, thus shall it go also with the wife that leaveth her husband, right? She got a man and left this nigga, and bringeth in an heir by another. So here it is, a woman. She done left her husband, kicked the nigga to the curb. She didn't dealt with a pookie, right? Bringing another child by another man. This adultery. Bringing the child, right? For first, she had disobeyed the law of the Most High. She committed adultery. Second, she had trespassed against her own husband, sinned against her husband. And thirdly, she had played the whore in adultery and brought children by another man. You see this all in the black community. And it's judgment that go out. And women is not exempt from judgment. And we've been seeing a lot of judgment going out on women. She shall be brought out into the congregation, and inquisition shall be made of her children. Who child is this? Whose children is this, right? You see that on Maury Povich. Trying to figure out who the father of the child is. She's brought out. The women come out in front of the Maury, and then it's hella men and women in the audience. Inquisition shall be made of her children. In regards to the 7-year-old child, such as this guy over here is not the father. It says her children shall not take root, and her branches shall bring forth no fruit. A lot of cases, them children be coming out, like I say in, I want to say it's the second address, mistress children shall bring forth monsters. These children that they have from these sinful beds, right? They come out disabled. They come out mental problems, autism. They come out deformed. Those are the monsters. Psychological problems. That's judgment happen on the child. Her children shall not take root, and her branches shall bring forth no fruit. Children end up dying. She shall leave her memory to be cursed, and her reproach shall not be blotted out. Shame. She gonna get shamed. And they that remain, the elect, shall know that there is nothing better than to fear the Lord, and that there is nothing sweeter than to take heed unto the commandment of the Lord. It's better to just follow after righteousness versus dealing with all this shit right here. And this is common in the black community. It is great to it is great glory to follow the Lord and to be received of him his long life. It's great to be of the elect because there's many benefits. The Lord loads us up daily with benefits. All right. So children get put to death. You know, the 2-year-old, the 3-year-old, the stillborn, dying in the womb. You know, it come. You know, there's a shalom to the Akim on the comment board. There's judgments for that. So let's get in a little more with this over here on this news article. Tune in.
3 15-year-olds and 1 16-year-old all shot while on a front porch, being the next victim of a crime.
The man stumbled down the Chinatown platform, bleeding from his neck from a gunshot wound.
But what are your chances?
We're not just talking.
And this is all judgment. Like I said, do not let this music, slow singing and the flower bringing, don't let that get you in your feelings. This is all judgment from the highest. That what a man soweth is that what he shall reap. All right. When we read the accounts where in the scripts where certain judgments, you know, they have to be brought to the congregation and they got to get stoned. Well, in the modern times, these deaths, it gets reported on the news and the whole world finds out about it. These is judgments.
About 1 or 2 robberies here. We're talking dozens of them.
Who's really the most at risk? Is it white men, white women, Asians, Hispanics, black men? No, it's not. It's women who look like Tonia Thomas.
It's scary.
According to Chicago police crime data for 2022, when you look at all the offenses, count all the victims, black women are the most at risk.
It's honestly, it's not fair.
Okay, but black women, all right, so-called black women, which is the Israelite woman, what energy do you be putting out there? You know, you on social media, you popping it, you know, you got all these disrespectful memes that you put out. You dealing with this guy, finessing that guy. You know, you got your inbox filled with information, with messages. And then in your community, in your apartments, you done slept with 3-4 guys in your apartments. You know, you're not answering your phone when a nigga over there, you know, you having company and a little nigga then came through. You're not answering the phone, and your other dude that you dealing with, he like, why this bitch not answering her phone? He goes up over there and pop up on her, find her with another dude, and then murder goes out. Because the Israelite women, they love dangerous men. You know, the hood dude. They love those dudes because it gives them a rush. You know, their emotions is all over the place. They get tossed to and fro. It keeps their attention. You know, don't know if the nigga coming or going. And meanwhile, these hood niggas, they be having autism. They be suffering mental problems. They loose cannons. They got demons on them. You know, and like I said, they come out and play this little role like they innocent. And not knowing they be finessing. Then they be stealing. They go to these Nordstroms, Macy's. They switching tags on clothes. They stealing shit. They boosting. They putting clothes all on their body. You know, stuffing clothes under the stroller with the baby in them, running out of the store. They doing all kind of shit. Stealing. Then they eating unlawful foods. You don't want to go into their diet. They eating crab boil every night. They doing all the things that the Lord look at as abomination. So when the Lord stepped to him with the judgment, he brings that pressure on him. You know?
Unfair because that 67,000 means 25% of crime victims are black women. but they make up only 16% of Chicago's population. And when the CBS2 investigators kept digging, we discovered even more disturbing data. Black women represented more than a third of kidnappings, 35% of assaults, 38% of batteries.
And then when you look at the nigga woman on the social media, right? They run their mouth. They always got some slick shit to say. They got pride. They think they untouchable. We've seen the videos. See, the Lord did a great act by giving us this internet and having people with phones in their pockets because they recording the behavior of the nigga woman. It's countless videos of a breakup went bad. The dude don't want to deal with the girl no more because he done found out that she out here, and she come and break in the dude's apartment, busting his windows, come and break all his TVs and do all this other wild shit, flipping over couches, burning up his clothes and his shoes, putting bleach all over his stuff. All right, they don't go into that. They shield from that. Stealing cars. I done heard accounts of a woman, she done found out the VPN on a man's car and was able to locate the car on GPS, pulled up on him. And then these women be having children, pinning children on men that's not biologically theirs. So judgment goes out on the nigga woman, period.
Attacked and injured 40% of rape victims. And let this sink in. Black women are 52% of human trafficking victims.
And a lot of them like that. A lot of, man, out here in LA, you got a street called Figueroa, man. And when you go up and down the street, those are women that's not held against their will. Those are women out there selling themselves. You know, Esau called it being trafficking. They got some guy that's behind the scenes that's forcing them to do this. No, these women, they're independent. They're independent. They don't have a so-called pimp. They out there on their own. They independent. So they go out there and they sell themselves out there on the streets. Now, the brother Yawanathan got a precept. Job chapter 4, verse 7. Remember, I pray thee, whoever perished being innocent, or where were the righteous cut off? Because we all go off. The Lord has programmed us to go off. He has made the creature subject unto vanity. So the Lord put the spirit on us to go off. You know? So ain't nobody perfect. That's why the Lord sent Yahushua to be a prince and a savior for to give repentance unto Israel and forgiveness of sins. And through his sacrifice, we get forgiveness of what we've done. Because we've all done wild shit that's worthy of death. Yahushua said this is an adulterous generation. You know, so we've all committed adultery. Not that we do it willingly, but, you know, all these women is polluted. You know, so we do our due diligence when it comes to dealing with women. We make sure they ain't dealing with nobody, no obvious signs, no boots and shit at a broad house. You know, but at the end of the day, ain't nobody perishing being innocent. We've all done shit that was worthy of death. All right. So when these women get put down, they didn't did some shit, whether in this life or in a past life. Now let's play a little bit more of this video.
Remember, there are only 16% of the population.
To have to navigate through life knowing that you'll potentially become a victim of a crime, primarily because of your race and your gender.
Then the SA, all right, the SA assault. They go out there, they wearing the skimpiest clothes. The attire of the nigga woman is spandex and tights and camel toes and ass showing and titties hanging out. All right. See, in the law of Yahweh Bashim Shai, all right, it speaks about not showing, you know, your nakedness. All right. And I'm going to put this video in the chat. I probably won't play all of it because I want to get to the precepts. But it is in the chat. And shalom to Dawadah. Beloved brother Dawadah. So these women, they wear revealing clothing. They don't dress modest. They don't cover up their body. They want to show off their body. So then when they jogging through a park at night, with their spandex on, and then you get them demons out there, they'll come and press you. All right. So play a little bit, and then we're gonna get some more of the precepts.
Combined, it's math here.
Thomas survived a rape,
This is all the paperwork from the hospital.
but she still.
And you see the degrees, right? I don't know if this is her shit, but you see all these degrees and certificates and all that. All right. Yeah, you done went to the colleges and got your nail certificate and your cosmetology and all that, but none of this stuff taught you how to move in this society. See, the wisdom of the scripts, it promotes long life, right? Let's get Proverbs, the 3rd chapter. The knowledge, the wisdom, and understanding that's found in the Bible, it promotes long life and peace. The nigga woman do not have peace in her life. She has chaos. Proverbs 3:1, my son, forget not my law, but let thine heart keep my commandments. Keep the words that's written in the scripts, the instructions. For length of days and long life and peace shall they add unto thee. When you apply the knowledge, the wisdom, the understanding, the scripts, when you apply it to your life, it adds length of days. You're not getting put to death at 21. You're not getting put to death at 16. Long life. All right? You're not dying at a young age. And peace. You don't have chaos and turmoil and all this wild shit happening to your life. Now, we do bear our cross. There's things that we go through, and it's true. But we not dealing with niggas in the hood is dealing with shootouts and all kind of wild, crazy shit. Motherfuckers running your house, stealing. We not dealing with that. There's a hedge of protection about the men of the Lord. Psalm 34:7. They shall add unto thee. Let not mercy and truth forsake thee. You want to make sure you being merciful too, so mercy can, be rendered unto you. Once again, that what a man soweth is that what he reap. You want to send out mercy too, so you can get mercy. And truth forsake thee. You don't want the truth to forsake you, right? Bind them about thy neck and write them upon the table of thine heart. So this information got to be engraved on you. It got to be a part of you. So shalt thou find favor and good understanding in the sight of the Most High and man. This college she went to, all these little certificates, I don't know if it's her, all hers, or hers and her brothers and sisters. All that isn't adding peace to your life. And see, going back to Isaiah 32:9, rise up, ye women that are at ease, hear my voice. You're supposed to hear the prophets, the information that the prophets is coming out with, because the information will lead to length of days, long life, peace. And without it, you're going to have SA charges, rape charges, getting snatched up, getting put down. You're dealing with Pookies and Ray Rays and all these other wild niggas in the street. And in the Northern Kingdom, got the Juan, Jose, and Hector. You're dealing with these wild dudes. Most High letting them get to you. Give ear into my speech. Watch the videos. 10. Many days and years shall ye be troubled. And like they said on this report, this has been going on for years. Like silence. For years. So a long period of time, women is going to be troubled. And they are troubled. Ye careless women. For the vintage shall fail, the gathering shall not come. See, the old ways, everything that you women have grown accustomed to. See, Esau, what Esau is doing right now, he's transitioning to a new financial system. All right, the vintage, you just, working the job, you're able to go down to the county building, put a nigga on child support, you get the wick, you finesse a nigga like that, you get the bag over here. Meanwhile, you got other dudes over here sending you cash apps and Venmos and dropping off food and, dropping off your car note money. All that's finna change. Esau the Lord is putting a spirit on Esau to switch this shit up. The vintage is gonna fail. The old ways, the ancient ways is gonna fail. The gathering shall not come. The benefits, you're not gonna get the benefits. Esau passing shit out here in California where There's work requirements now to collect the EBT. You're not just going to the county building getting the EBT no more. You gotta have work requirements. You gotta show them that you out here either working or you trying to work. You gotta show proof that you applying for jobs and you really out here trying to make ends meet. You're not just laying on your back no more, getting $700 in EBT a month. Then with cost of living and people dealing with these different financial crises, that $400 child support check, that ain't doing shit for you. You go to the grocery store, if you ain't paying attention, you get to the register, the shit is $300. Brakes, you need your rear brakes done on your car. That's $350. Gas is filling up the gas tank is $100. So a dude that's giving you $400 of child support, that shit gone as soon as you get it. See, one thing women did not factor in to this whole equation of being independent and I got all this shit going for me. They did not factor in inflation. Shit being double, triple. Y'all didn't think about that. Y'all didn't think about that one, huh? Inflation. And the scriptures speak about inflation. Let's get it real quick in Revelation. And I don't want to make this video too long now. 6. Let's see. Man, Revelation 6 and 4, I'm going to go through it quick. And there went out another horse that was red. This is Esau and his power. And power was given him to sat thereon to take peace from the earth. Esau's lot, what the Lord assigned Esau to do is to take peace from the earth. That's his role in this movie. And that they shall kill one another. And there was given unto him a great sword, going back to Esau's blessing in Genesis, the 27th chapter. And when he had opened the third seal, I heard the third beast say, come and see. And I beheld, and lo, a black horse. And he that sat on him had a pair of balances in his hand, going into judgment. And I heard a voice in the midst of the fourth beast say, a measure of wheat for a penny, and 3 measures of barley for a penny. See thou hurt not the oil and the wine. This is talking about inflation and the truth not being done away with. Let's read in another translation. NIV, New International Version. Then I heard what sounded like a voice among the 4 living creatures saying, 2 pounds of wheat for a day's wages, and 6 pounds of barley for a day's wage, and do not damage the oil and the wine. Now, when you reference this today, a day's wage, would you get paid in one day for 8 hours of work? What's I guess good pay would probably be $180. 150 between $150 to $200 a day. You figure $200 is only buying 2 pounds of wheat. That's inflation. Now, this did happen in the Roman Empire, but this is Rome 2.0. All right? Just like Yahushua came on the scene and, spoke the truth, brought out the prophecies. You have many believers. Just like now, the spirit of Yahushua is here. Many believers is following after Yahushua. So what happened in the Roman Empire, the ancient Roman Empire, is happening here. So you're going to have inflation here. Women didn't factor in this. And you got 3-4 kids. You understand? Then you trying to be independent, have your own little job, have your own shit going on. That one job ain't making it. And then childcare is getting ridiculous. You're not spending $100 a week on child care. That's $200 a week, $300 a week on child care. Y'all forgot that. All right. Do not hurt the oil and the wine. The oil represents the truth. The wine represents the truth. Matthew, the 25th chapter, speaks about 10 virgins. 5 were wise and 5 were foolish, and the foolish took no oil in the lamps. They didn't have 100% truth. They didn't have the oil to keep their lamps burning. That represents the truth. The wine. Yahushua said new wine can't enter into old bottles lest they burst. What he was saying was the information that he was coming with couldn't enter into them old ass jakes that was old and set in their ways. So oil and wine, the truth, is not going to be damaged because Knowledge and wisdom shall be the stability of thy times, and strength and salvation and fear of the Lord is his treasure. This truth ain't gonna get damaged. The truth is what's gonna be what enables the elect to have faith to get through the times of trouble. Receiving an engrafted word which is able to save your souls. We can go all day running the parallels, but the point is inflation. Women did not factor in inflation with their independence. Right? Let's see a few more. Isaiah 32:11. Tremble, you women that are at ease. Be troubled, you careless ones. Strip you and make you bare. Gird sackcloth upon your loins. You got to humble yourself. They shall lament for the teats, for the pleasant fields, for the fruitful vine. They're going to lament for these old ways that was producing all kind of benefits for them. They're going to lament for that. Oh, I remember when I can just do this and that, and it was made for me. See, just as Esau's going down, Eve is going down too, because Eve came up with the serpent by taking on his philosophy, taking on his wisdom. So now Esau is going down, and the so-called black woman, Eve, all right, as well as the Latin woman and the Native American woman, is coming down right along with Esau. We seeing both of our biggest enemies fall and tumble. 13, upon the land of my people shall come up thorns and briars, a position of difficulty. Go ahead and try to put your hand through a rose bush if you want to. You're going to get pricked. All right? So amongst the Israelites is going to come up thorns and briars, Jacob's trouble, an unavoidable event. Yeah, upon the houses of joy in a joyous city. That's Babylon the Great, the joyous city, where everything is a damn joke. Everything is fun and games. Everything is entertainment. Everything is about going out, eating, and fun and good times. The houses of joy. You know, bad times is coming upon the houses of joy, and women is going to be caught out there. So I'm going to leave it at that. Lord willing, it was edifying through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shemel Shah. I'll put the link to this video in the chat. And hey, stay strong. Shabbat Shalom. Double honors to our elders and apostles, a great millstone that tosses true. Shalom, Maki.